gamers. So that's something right there.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, Shadow Shaman, Brewmaster, cold start to a mid-game strategy here. Try and hit before the Medusa really gets crazy. You have plenty of lockdown. Try and prevent her from getting off that stone gaze. At the same time though, Nyx Assassin, very annoying for Shadow Shaman to deal with. Like if you shackle when he's the Spike Carapace, then it gets interrupted immediately because shackle does damage. Outside of that, Shadow Shaman being an interior, eventually Nyx Assassin will have an easy time bringing him down. Ogre Magi, funnily enough, an interior as well, so we'll have similar issues perhaps. But yeah. Again, seems like a bit of a block pick more than anything else because Medusa's bad enough. Just imagine the last game. If that's a bloodlusted Medusa with Drow Aura on top, in that case, for now it's a Venge Aura. This time might even see a mid Medusa and a core Venge Stake Flame. Same time, it could also be very well be support Venge. It just really depends on what NewBegin wants to pick up.
5 seconds remaining.
And what Geek thinks they want to pick up, because NB, they do have the last pick coming into this. They can hold on to the mid pick there. Now they'll probably want to pick up a carry. Phantom Lancer again also comes to mind again. Sort of vulnerable to Nyx Assassin. Just in terms of being caught out before it can doppelganger away and whatnot, but Phantom Lancer one of these heroes that eventually gets unkillable. But not the same about the Anti-Mage. They killed him a couple of times and eventually it didn't even matter that he was still alive. We'll see. Okay, they go for the Juggernaut, so another one of these heroes that's very solid, very stable. With utility in with magic communities, you're gonna be useful early on. In case Geek Fam try to pull something crazy like an aggro tri-lane, which is always a possibility with eventual spirit on the field. And you can go for that Manta style into the Fusel build, so you have that mana burn up against Medusa too.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. Wonder where they want to run this Nyx Assassin. Be quite honest, because could be a 3 roll, but more likely it's more likely that that's the 4 position. But again, they have a lot of flexibility in our draft right now. They could even run Nyx Assassin safe and then still go for some sort of aggro try. And not sure if you want to do that into Shadow Shaman, Juggernaut, Ogre Magi. Same time though, Shadow Shaman very single target focused. And that works very well up against the solo offliner, right? You have the classic combo of, alright, walking up with shackles, and then Juggernaut spins somebody down. But if you're up against 3 heroes, that's not reliable, because shackles, it's a good disable, very long, even at level 1, but it also disables yourself. So, if you aggro try into it, you can actually exploit that fact. Same time, you also have to deal with an Ogre Magi, who's fairly tanky early on. I'm going to go for the Bane now, so yeah. Be too surprised to see them pick up a Mirana now. It's safe. And just Venge safe solo.
Remaining.
Against the Brewmasters, not the best idea though.
5 seconds remaining.
To run Nyx safe, he's not gonna have a fun time either. At the very least, you should be able to get his levels, stay alive until the Brewmaster level 6 and gets a little bit more tricky. But yeah, that's still a possibility. Geek them could just go for last pick Mirana. And again, run Vengeful Spirit as a support in some sort of like aggro thing capacity.
Radiant team ban.
Other ways to do it would be, of course, just run a Medusa safe. Just right click away the Brewmaster, just order with a Bane. And or the Nyx Assassin. Or just have the Nyx Assassin there, Bane roaming around.
Remaining.
Or vice versa.
5 seconds remaining.
And I keep thinking about this, but I think the most likely thing would be to just run Medusa mid, Vengeful Spirit as a core, one way or the other.
Team pick.
Then it's just a matter of, alright, is this a support Nyx or a core Nyx? If they pick up an offlaner here, then we'll have our answer. But yeah, for New Beginning, it's fairly straightforward, right? Brewmaster
10
offlane,
seconds remaining.
Juggernaut save, 2 supports. They don't have to talk too much about that.
5 seconds
But Geek Fam,
remaining.
they have that flexibility. They have this question mark factor, which is always useful to have if you manage to work it into your drafts. Not just to confuse casters, but also to try and confuse the enemy a little bit to make sure that they don't necessarily know 100% where you end up going with your lanes. Alright, 15 seconds. Then we know for sure. Geek Fam running out of the reserve time now.
Dire team pick.
I don't know that you'll pick up the Bane without some sort of combo, but I guess you already have the Nyx combo now. It's going to be the Venge Core Tidehunter as the solo laner. I still see an aggro try here. Not gonna lie, I still see that aggro try.
10 seconds remaining.
This Tidehunter, he's one of the heroes that can hold his own against Brewmaster as well.
5 seconds
Vengeful
remaining.
Spirit as a core role works very well in these kind of situations. Like you have a triple disable lane. Bane finds somebody with a Nightmare. Nyx walks up with a follow-up stun. Vengeful Spirit walks up with a follow-up stun. You also have minus armor to work with eventually, extra damage from the aura. You just have Medusa mid. Thing is, New Beginning will now have the ability to pick up a really good mid matchup against that. And that should force at least one of the supports from Fam into mid lane for the first couple of minutes, so you have that more breathing space to work. As scary as of an echo try as that is, it's not as scary if you only have 2 of these heroes around. Even if you also only have 2 heroes, because, well, if you force a hero mid, then you also generally send one of your own supports there as well to offset that. We'll see what they want to do here for Yamate. That's the Razor. Alright, that's one of his ones.
Select your heroes.
Should be doing fairly well in that lane. Geek Fam could just say, alright, never mind, just send a Titan to off lane. Have that safe farm for the Vengeful Spirit, and then have Ollie or Play Hard hang around in mid for a while. I mean, that would be a much safer way to do it, I think. If you go for this aggro idea, can't really afford to send a support mid, which means John's gonna have a bad time. Then if you lose the lane, well, things are looking bad for you indeed. So we'll find out here in game number 2. In case you missed the Geek Fam again with a bit of a crazy game number 1. Took about an hour.
10 seconds remaining.
Medusa with a rapier close it out, just barreling down, just finishing up the throne.
5 seconds remaining.
Because as we all know, kills mean nothing. The throne means everything in Dota. New Beginning almost won, but as we know, almost gets you nothing. Everyone's now picking the heroes, actually swapping around a little bit. She was on Vengeful Spirit for a second, but that makes a lot more sense now. Him on the Tidehunter, he's offlaner / solo laner. Okay. Okay. I'm still looking at OBS, make sure the audio balance is fine. I did listen in on the end of last game, so it was alright, but do let me know in case that changes. I look at chat for the first couple of minutes at the very least. But yeah, Geek Fam versus NB New Beginning. Game number 2. Geek Fam wins this one, then they'll punch the ticket to the finals. That means that they're only one win away from making it to the second phase of these qualifiers for Galaxy Battles. First major of 2018 in the Philippines. $1 million prize pool. Pretty great stuff. Master, for now they're just keeping around
30
this
seconds
particular
to
lane.
battle.
Gonna walk over to secure the second bounty rune in a while. Fairly standard stuff so far. New beginning, they're a little bit more spread out. Doesn't look like they can be punished for it. And just get the 2 bounties down in the bottom.
The battle begins.
No. Wait, does that work? Did he drop it from the backpack into the grounds? I'm gonna try that out, but yeah, anyway. Then at Rune Exchange, if you just drop it down the ETH shock, you 3 heroes from NB in mid. Ling was doing the block. Only not quite ready. Chuan down a half health already, actually. All this harassment. And yeah, Ollie will be able to exchange that for a little bit. Not the best start here for Chuan and Ollie, to be quite honest. 2 denies, the third one will be coming out momentarily. One would think. Well, Yamate actually misses it. Yeah, not the easiest lane here, even with the Bane. Because of the static link, even though we don't have the boots first. Yamate gets quite a bit in here from the Bane. Gonna have to keep an eye on how that develops. Meanwhile, down bottom, it is the Tidehunter, so you have that aggro lane between the Nyx Assassin and the Vengeful Spirit, but New Beginning, they scattered that out too. So they run the Brewmaster there. And they still have this Juggernaut Shadow Shaman combo, and early on the Tidehunter it's also very dangerous. Speaking of dangerous here, NB going ham onto the middle lane. The static, the unstable current slowed down Ollie a little bit, but that's gonna rain step off. First blood happens elsewhere though. There's the Shackle spin combination, but the stun will still connect here on the Ogre Magi. Trying to run down Ling. Ollie with a Nightmare here if he wants to slow him down a little bit more. Looks like they're faster than him anyway. Just don't want to let him get to the creeps. They have another stun. And there. Not gonna happen. Big play took the aggro there as well. Well, thanks New Beginning for missing me first blood regardless. There's the big switch, going heavy on mid and then getting the kill elsewhere. God damn it. But yeah, 1-4 trade in the end. But yeah, I was just about to say, Shackles into spin. Not a whole lot of the Titan can do against that, even if he has more levels into Kraken Shell and Anchor Smash and whatnot. It's not exactly something that you're protected from. So I'm trying to do a better job of link control with this far forward. Even if it's under this tower though, if it's under this tower at the very least, there's a potential support rotation to turn things around. So it's something Deep Fam will have to keep an eye on going forward. And then we might see it again here. I wanna go for it. Right away. Meanwhile up top though, okay. It's a Brewmaster, follow-up stun, play hard, but they can wrap around play. Boots already though, nothing else from these 2 heroes. It's still self-available. Alright, so all is fair. Brewmaster doing Brewmaster things. He's level 4, so he's getting quite a lot out of this lane, but now with the Nightmare, Ollie coming back in, play hard with the stun, Scambaloo with the follow-up. This time they'll get that kill. And down bottom, March keeping well away from the Juggernaut at the very least, just having to deal with this pesky Shadow Shaman. Let's turn this middle lane into more of a 1v1, but Yamate is going to be very happy about that right now. With him on static lane, Chuan, he can't really deal with that, yeah. Yamate realizes, hey, I can just stand up on their high ground almost. It's a 1v1, there's nothing that the Medusa can do, apart from just throwing in the occasional Mystic Snake. And that is. This could actually be quite a nice bounce, and it's not. You get rid of one of the creeps before. But Playhard still making wraparound play, but without the Mystic Snake damage, it wasn't really going to get that. And Yamate, can he get. God, my mouse.
Now my enemy is paid.
Well, I was looking to deny the rune, but didn't quite work out. Geek fan actually make the rotation now. March up to the top lane. Gamble down bottom, but he has to be as careful. As long as the Shadow Shaman is sticking around there, top lane March gets going on. Meanwhile, The shackle, not quite enough, but it's been still in range. Scamblu can turn around for a stun here. You know, up top, March will be able to survive this one. Scamblu holds on to his mana, just walks away with a self. He'll be fine for the time being. A lot of action in these side lanes, but as long as NewBegin don't give up kills, they're gonna be absolutely fine because they're winning mid really, really hard right now. There's the stun. Anyone can take care of immediately. Now the brains that okay, the nightmare onto himself rather than play hard. I think he was trying to dodge some of the damage. Maybe a bit of a mistake. Ferocious here. Still in a bit of trouble though with the extra minus armor. The brackets are there. One more is enough. Double kill for Ollie. If you cannot quite get in range for any of the spells. With boots advantage, or just movement speed advantage. Both of them having boots. But Shadow Shaman still stinks 335 movement speed. I won't say that's as much as the Enchantress has base. Might even be slower, honestly. Because Enchantress move speed got buffed a while ago. March, a lot of trouble again though up top. 3 heroes for to see. Took that opportunity to make his own rotation towards the safe lane. But at this point, 2 points on a Kraken Shell, 2 points up an ankle smash. It takes a spin to bring him down to very low, and he's actually still juking and jiving. Eventually he'll be dragged down though. No support rotations coming through. Instead they were looking for If You down at the bottom. With the wraparound play, but he just hugs the tower. Juan though, already forced jungle. That's a bit of an issue with all this action on the side lanes. Oh. He will be interrupted, but it's enough to scare them away from that kill. Well, for all this action on the side lanes, the support of Geek fam being preoccupied, that means that they cannot put on any pressure onto Yamate. So he has free reign over this mid lane, which is not a good thing, to say the least. Juan just dipping in and out of the jungle, like he's still gonna get some farm, but obviously the value of these last hits in the jungle is not quite as good. And again, just run him down. Without the other side, Ferocious here is just one creep away from that. Meanwhile, a couple of TPs down bottom, even more now. They get the nightmare up on the Shadow Shaman. Can I find anything in return here? Link did have an ignite to throw out, but wouldn't really have been enough. Nice rotation down bottom. Meanwhile, mids. Okay, Chuan. Ho, ho, ho. Almost not surviving that one. But the fight breaks out down here. Play hard, dropping low, gets a double stun here after the stun from Scamalu. Trying to juke and jive up to the top now. You with another clap in a second, trying to keep close to play hard. No spy characters available, so it'll slow him down. One more right click. The stun comes through though. Ollie and Scamalu not ready to give up and play hard. Nice stun dodge here and a TP through to the shrine. Well, should make sure it's Nick's success and will still end up falling eventually here. But it's buying enough space. Oh, no way! No way! The spy campers on the shackles. I was talking about it. Play hard, that's exactly what he's doing. True to his name right now. And he's faster than both of them, even with the bloodlust. So this is crazy. This is so crazy. I mean, last game we saw Night Stalker making a very similar escape. This one even a little bit more impressive on the next assassin, but he's actually making his way out. Incredible. Those shoots. I mean, just going here, eating through the trees like that. 5 Kerberos on the shackles. It's crazy. Alright. Scan out Chuan here. They know that he's jungling up. The smoke together. Got Shaman Ogre Magi. They'll need another target. Actually, all well played. Again, play hard in right position. Intercept that immediately. Yamate with a DT rune would have been the easiest thing in the world to just walk up, shackle. Plenty of time for Yamate to come in. Starts dealing even more damage. Max out static link at this point, so as it stands. Let's have to put that to work on the tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Radiant
attack.
scan now. Check out if anyone's still around, so if you bringing it for the longest time. Taking the juke path now, running into March, but the control available. Play hard, not in range for the stun. Keep you in from Ollie. They'll secure this area, but not get anything for the trouble. Let's see. Okay, he finds Juan. Doesn't have a TP out, but he's just opting to walk. A lot of damage been stolen. Almost 200 here at this point, but also go all the way down to the south with all of these wraparound plays. Even Scamalu making the play in. And look at this, March looking for some body blocks here perhaps, but okay, he's being slowed down, just throws out a Ravage. He doesn't even care, he wants some revenge. Yamate is sitting inside the trees. He'll be able to track him down eventually. His damage doesn't expire, so he can... Oh, there it is, the swap into Nightmare, just making sure. He's still pretty damn fast, but is he fast enough? Nope. Power shots will catch up with him eventually. 174 each, not sure if that's been fixed yet or not. Not quite. Still got a lot of gold off of that. At the same time, though, the tower has been lost on top. So Ferocious Seer has been the recipient of a lot of space, 1,000 gold ahead of his own Razor at this point. Back of that. Yeah, this Vengeful Spirit still a decent pace here, unless he dies here with a Bruise Split committed. It seems all but inevitable. March walking in, lifted up into the air though. Another TP, Jupiter driving through the trees. Scambloo trying to stay alive. There's swap out here, just try and get away from the spin, but he'll make sure the Nyx Assassin will die instead. Then things around you, back in his normal form with a clap, doing a little bit of extra bit of burst, but we're still sitting under the tower here. Brewmaster stunned up. A couple more right clicks here, Scambloo will fall. And with the healing ward just juking in and out, cannot get rid of it, so they'll make sure that they can continue this dive onto March even. Does have stick charge to work with though. Now another... doesn't actually get them off! Oh no, mistakes were made. Even made the TP in. They could have easily been able to turn us around at night if the Titan that was still alive as he stands. It turns into a bit of a chain feed here. Ollie will be tracked down eventually as well. An absolute disaster here. And I think if he gets the stick charges off, the energy charge, it's a lot of extra health that you have to cut through all of a sudden. When the tower goes down. New beginning. Pretty good start to this game. That's what it comes down to. Geek fam, they have a lot of ways to go to catch up. Medusa working towards that Mask of Madness. Okay. So we're relying on this Vengeful Spirit to just try and beat that buff up. We have level 6 on Nyx Assassin now. This first Vendetta attempt didn't quite catch anybody down here. Maybe next time. There are some tools for them to try and find pickoffs, to try and stabilize the situation a little bit, but for now, NB, Silver Juggernaut who's going straight for the Manta style. Getting into C and Omni Slash, he does not have enough mana to work with right now to do that. We turn into something here. Smoke up has 3. Another Vendetta available, so Play Hard can lead with Invis, and that's exactly what he will do. Do not go on the illusion! Oh no. Smoke also broke on Ollie with the real Brewmaster coming through, so... that's a feels bad man right there. Happens to the best of us. You go in, you see something, your smoke doesn't break, so... You should know it's an illusion, but sometimes you just... Yeah, your tunnel vision a little bit, you know? You can't see it, but I'm facepalming right now. It's one thing to use Vendetta. Alright. It's another thing to know. Alright, we just wasted that on illusion. We picked up an illusion rune. So maybe next Brewmaster we run into, let's try and confirm whether it's actually the real one. I mean... At the same time, though, give them the benefit of the doubt. If it was the real Brewmaster and gets split off, then that entire gang turns to shit. They're taking that gamble. Didn't work out in the end. They still get the tower, but again, they're relying on some of these pickoffs to get them back into the game. Buy more space from Medusa, who's still to the top of their net worth on their team anyway. But it's time to lose map control. Bottom tier 2 is already fallen. Let's sticking around here. Waiting for someone to maybe try and farm up this bottom lane. Or perhaps they can even run into Chuan. That can have a camp for himself. Top lane. That's where the rest of the team is at. Done something here. Swap into, follow up onto Link. If you gets the nice Ravage here actually on 3 targets. Link will actually stay alive with the stick charge for now. Now the Omni Slash here is only tries to finish the job. Play hard. Down to very low health as well. The split committed. Oh no. Nothing working right for Geek Fam right now. Couldn't even get the kill, even though the Ravage was committed. It didn't have the damage. Spread that out a little bit too much between the heroes. Thought that that was in the back here for the Ogre Magi, on the Ogre Magi, but the stick charge is barely keeping him alive. Now they're all trying up, they're ready to go again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They have a big old ancient stack. March actually wanted to take that here. He wants that mechanism on top. I don't think you go for Blink Dagger. Yeah, he's heading for it now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
To be able to survive a little bit more. Can't match that sustain at end you have just with the healing ward. Plus the Bruce Spirit. They can take very long fights. You need to be able to withstand stand against that. Maybe now, if you see MJ here, but very limited vision on this part of the map. They have a few defensive wards down in the bottom side of the Radiant jungle. If you're walking past that, and looks like they want to go for that, maybe. Taking it out. Not coming through, the Hex.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's the control. And we'll make a TP, and that's a kill. Alright, Yamate coming through together with Ling. They want to try and trade this, but Xion, they need to pop the shrine here. March is still alive, swap in. And, well, Stone gets committed. Yamate just walking away from it. So is Ling on the other side. They should still be able to track down the Soga Magi. I say that our ferocity comes in. Pretty good spin damage here on Sweet, particular heroes. Now, you doesn't have the Brutal available, but plenty of damage. But now the Sweet Scrub preventing any sort of Omni-Slash play. It was some cooldown anyway. They do get the Juggernaut. 2 for 4 trade here, as they do run down the race in the end as well. And there it is. Bit of a lag spike, but I'm back, and I did not drop the connection. Alright, I did not drop the stream. I had some issues with that yesterday, with the stream just straight up stopped on these lag spikes that I keep getting. But hey, got away with it this time, by the looks of it. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of fights that Geek comes looking for, and that was due to the fact that NB kind of overextended a little bit, right? They lost the hero immediately, and it was a Shadow Shaman. That's a big part of the control. As long as they burst damage at this point, Ether Shock is significant at this point in the game. You also go in without the Bruise Split, without the Omni-Slash available, and then you expect everything to go well under a Shrine, so NewBegin getting ahead of themselves there a little bit. Now, look at this. If you inside the Rose Blade, are they thinking about taking that? There's a Sentry Ward, another one up on the high ground, so I do believe they did see play hard. It also sees you coming through. But know that this Roshan is happening. Do they have a smoke? They do indeed. They're ready to walk in. Not falling terribly fast despite stubborn walls. Now to swap in. They need to bring down Brewmaster before the split, and they can with the Ravage. The spin in the middle of that as well, but so is Xuan. He turns Juggernaut into stone. He dies immediately as well. And now another stone hero being bashed up by Roshan. That's Ling, who falls again. Immediate pipe from Brewmaster, but the rest of the team is already dead. Now Razor trying to link up some damage on Scam below, but he's stunned up. The Fiend Scrub controlling him. Follow-up is there from Play Hard, and now they're getting rid of the Brewlings. The rest of them walking away. It's the Fire Panda, the only one remaining up top, and unmitigated disaster. NB, that was not them going into a fight without having the abilities, that was just Geek fam recognizing, hey, they're doing Roche, guys, we know, because we saw the Brewmaster walk in. Because Play Hard was scouting it out. He's on point with his next assassin today. Then the immediate smoke up into the swap onto the most important target, Brewmaster. Bringing him in, follow-up control, Ravage hits on everybody in the middle of the Stone Gaze.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Juggernaut, he turned into stone on his spin. He couldn't go transition that into the Omni-Slash. He just got right-click down. And with Juggernaut and Brewmaster out of the picture, the rest is history. Razor, Yamate, he cannot go into a fight like that.
Radiant are scanning.
Alright. Alright. Now with that, Geek fam, they're right back into the game. Right back on cue with the timings. I mean, this Medusa was so far behind after the landing stage, but Xuan, look at his net worth now, 10.5k. Going straight for the Skadi now after the Hurricane Pike. And they'll make sure that it gets harder and harder to kill. The two latest queued up from a Juggernaut, but obviously ferocious here with the way this game's been going. Not exactly too close. About a quarter of the way there. Okay, Shadow Shaman. Right farm up bottom. Gets caught out by the Vendetta. And it just happens as they set up for this last remaining tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just the strength of the Vengeful Spirit. This is exact timing where that hero is the strongest. You also have the threat of the Ravage back in a couple of seconds. The mechanism to make sure that everyone is alive and well in the middle of these fights, even with the Bruce Bit and everything that NB have to offer. So they can just continue.
Dire's bottom tower
I
is
do
under
not
attack.
believe that they can fight them right now. Unless they're all there, but new beginning.
Radiant's middle tower
Try and
is
trade
under
for something
attack.
else here. They're
Dire's
pushing
bottom
down
tower
mid, or at
has
least
fallen.
threatening that, but they're very fast here with the extra damage that they have, as well as the massive creep wave they had to work with, so okay. Let's show himself up top, teaming immediately from Mix Assassin. Under the cover of Invis, so yeah, Yamate making the right decision. Not sticking around for too long. And TPing straight out. Alright. But play hard. Find another juicy target, Brewmaster. Rouge is here. Rest of the team, they have other plans. Objective-based gaming, Geek Fam, they say, hey, we're strong right now, let's just take objectives. They can't really fight us.
Dire's middle tower is
And the
under
lanes are
attack.
also in a decent enough position here. Top lane is being taken care of now, so they'll probably have to respond to that unless they want to just give up the tier 2. Which at this point, they have the chance to go high ground here. They have a catapult of their own, so I don't see why they wouldn't trade the tier 2 away.
Radiant's top
seem to be
tower
thinking the
is
same
under
thing.
attack.
Jumps committed to get up to the high ground to swap in. Short range and Yamate, but now stunned up there on the Vengeful Spirit. He does have the Aegis, so he doesn't really care. The Bruce Blade already committed. The Stone Gaze came out on top of the Ravage as well. He needs some damage. Roshasir is out of mana though. He cannot go into Omni Slash, but they do have the Shackles. They have the wards working away at the Medusa. Nightmare to try and dodge some of the damage out, and now, well, orderly retreat. Let's go. Used all spells, we didn't get the kills, but now MB, they're coming in deep. March dropping lower and lower here. Stun up on Medusa, another out of Shackles. Roshasir trying to right click away. Play hard. Well, let's buy Carapace. This Vengeful Spirit still in the middle of that here. Trying to throw out stuns, minus armor, right clicks. Nice late NJ here. The Bruce Bit is down. So is everything that Geek Fam has, including that high tower to into his Rabbit. Actually a very successful defense there from New Beginning. Managed to keep themselves alive. It's just a function of Medusa. As strong as Juan is right now, you have no defensive items whatsoever. No BKB, not even the Lincolns. Like, even the Skadi wouldn't really have changed that outcome because he was shackled twice for pretty much max duration. One time under the wards, and the one time just in the general chaos. And he couldn't right click, and his right click at this point is pretty significant with the split shot. Especially with the Mask of Madness too, like be very fast and decently hard at this point. It's not the craziest amount obviously, but that he doesn't have any damage items. But yeah, 200 a pop on the main target, it's not the worst. We'll put him over the edge, especially with that when the ultimate came out. Maybe had a chance to get rid of the Brewlings there, because the Earth Panel that's magic immune got turned into stone. Couldn't quite get things on target now. Still, they are ahead. Make no mistake, 7.5k or so. No, not quite. 6k, yes, that indicator tells us 5k in terms of experience.
Radiant's
They only
top
lost the
tower is
Tide
under
Hunter
attack.
as well as the Aegis, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Juggernaut only now starting to finish up that that diffuser blade. Has it available now in his inventory. So extra mana burn available. Gets a right click in Medusa, then a little bit of extra threat that Chuan has to worry about. He's getting close on that Skadi, so more stats means a lot more tankiness. And seen a few defensive plays already as well from Geek Fam. Ollie with the Nightmare. We've also seen the Titan obviously with the Guarding Greaves now. It's not just a mechanism. And going for a pipe max, so even more ways to help out. Gotta wonder if Bane... Yeah, he's going for a Limit Cape. When he has the cloak, going for the Shadow Amulet next, so...
Middle tower is under attack.
There are a lot of ways to help out the Medusa. Funny enough, this time around it's Geek Fam who go for... have this kind of full protect one strat almost. Not quite, because we have a very active mid-game core in the Vengeful Spirit, but eventually if this goes late, the Medusa will be your one big damage dealer. And Vengeful Spirit will turn into a supplementary position. Still important, don't get me wrong. Staying alive here, make sure it provides a Vengeance aura. It's going to be significant in the late game, especially here with the Medusa, just going for more and more stat items. As I say that though, MKB is not on the list. I wonder why actually. I guess Brewmaster. Make sure that if you find him, you have you don't miss randomly. Maybe also to preempt some sort of halberd plays from the Razor. I mean, does the Sergeant Yasha, he can disassemble that eventually. If he really wants to. Now he has the BKB finish that he's never flown out. That'll help tremendously as well, because Geek Fam, they still have all of that physical damage and start to ramp up more and more now. The later the game goes. You also have the Fiend script to work with. But you prevent the Ravage, you prevent the Nyx Assassin stuns and whatnot. As well as the Magic Missile. Kind of one of these games where, alright, you kind of have to buy it. Even though there's a few spells that go through it, like the swap as well. You can still walk away from that, but again, the Fiend Squirrel is the big one. As well as the stun game. So top tier 2 will fall to the Siege Creep. Cardi putting in some work here. Look at this. Roshan, pretty quick respawn here, 45 seconds on the clock. The NB, okay. Blink forward here, gets double stun actually in Juggernaut as well. The Brewmaster Fiend Script onto NJ, so he'll be taken out. And Rosh here just has to retreat. No way around that. So Geek Fam on the money with their timing here. They're securing this area. And they're gonna get another kill here. Maybe if you try and TP out. Yeah, get in range for the swap though into play hard. Doesn't even have to throw more stuns. Double kill for Geek Fam, and now 2 buybacks already forced out, so they will not go high ground here. You see bottom lane being pushed out, so it would make sense for them to just make this kind of play. But they realize that NB will expect this, so instead they just go for different direction. They have Courier there. Let's scout out the Roshan is back and already in prime position to take it. They are missing the Nyx Assassin, but he can rotate around rather quickly after dealing with this bottom lane. Still gonna take a little bit.
Radiant are scanning.
I was also not entirely sure about the positioning of NB, so it doesn't want to farm it up right there. But yeah, with these 2 buybacks, NewBegin is actually in a lot of pressure here. They are smoked up, they need to make something happen. Geek Fam, they know it too. Have a blink on Brew. Might be enough, but if you go on G1, even re-smoke but play hard. Okay, they get the Darcy's in the 3 lines, but they'll also be able to bring it down with the Hex and everything. Still promoting being committed. You still want to fight this? Maybe. Maybe not here. Okay, Ravage comes through. BKB from Yamate though stole a decent amount of damage, but now he's being Fiend Scooped up. Meanwhile, Geek Fam trying to right-click away at Ling. Who's under the stone, but so's the Juggernaut now. Yamate, they get rid of the Bane. No, nice little fight characters play hard. He's flying back into this fight too. Chuan still in the middle of that. Right-clicked away at though with Brood Split and everything. Ravage has already been committed. Now out of mana. Chuan is in a lot of trouble here. Spreading out the damage, and now the Ravage stun here! A secondary one from Playhard. It's not enough though. They get the 1 kill, they get the 2 kill. Maybe they can clean up a little bit more Scambaloo. Continuing to fight here. We'll swap out more right clicks onto Ifyu. Triple kill for the Vengeful Spirit, and now maybe a 4th one if he got the stun off onto Ling. But instead, they run down NJ instead. More important target, and now that's an ultra kill. He got the Magic Missile off a little bit too early on this Ogre Magi. There would have been a Ravage. Not Ravage, a Rampage even. This Ravage from Titans is just a little bit too late to also catch the Razor inside without the BKB. But again, play hard with that stun, like 3 or 4 heroes after spin and everything is ended. Turning this fight around even after Medusa has died. Scambaloo on his Vengeful Spirit really showing his worth. the worth of that hero, securing Aegis for himself. But she's in a backpack of tides right now. We'll probably give that over as soon as Medusa is back from the dead. Another great series of events here for Geek fam. But you're talking about all in. This is I'm still hung up on the rapier last game. Is that what this is about? Alright. You guys figure it out. I'm looking at this game instead. And looked good for a moment there from NB. They were able to bring down the Medusa. It took them quite a while, but again though, it's maybe a bit underestimating the strength of this Vengeful Spirit. Then again, at this point, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, I think it turns out very similarly if you leave the Medusa alive like that rather than Avenge. And at this point, NB, it was also a very spread out fight. Like, Yamate was all the way on this side, the rest here in the middle there, so it's like don't really have concentrate damage by now. Smoked up his 5 Skimbaloo. The dust comes through, he's still being linked up, slowed down, he should fall, but that's only the Aegis now. Turn on another double stun here, though. That's the actual Ravage from Phoenix going to raise him once again on top of the BKB. They don't even care about the Blade, they just bring him down under that. Just running straight past the wards. Aegis has been triggered, Battle Ward castling. Gonna be right click down as well. NB in a lot of trouble, another swap in. NJ does get the ultimate off. Running away the Storm Panda. I'll get rid of the others. Get money for these, by the way? I don't even know. Not a lot, I don't think. It's just creating chaos here with Storm Panda as much as you can. And back from the dead. You ran the Earth one down below. But damage is being done. No buybacks on either of these heroes, so NB will lose at least the mid set of racks here. Especially with a double catapult wave. Their 2 lanes are being pushed in though. Ferocious Seer, taking care of bottom, top lane as well. So Geek fam, as long as they see these heroes though, they can decide. Alright, do we go all in? Do we defend? They're trying to do both. Play hard is one, wraps around. You can get rid of the healing wall, throw the stun. You the rest of the team, just finish up the range. The melee is up top. Can't just straight up TP out of vision because there's plenty of control there. Swap in on Link though, alright, they can just go for more kills. That works too. Gonna lose that. Nemo on bottom, play hard, still hanging on. Spin TP out, but looks like it. Yeah. Alright, top lane, also being taken care of. NJ still there, working away at the racks. But Geek fam, they're about to take Megas. You have to fight here if you're in the beginning. There's just no other way about it. Break the Fiend Scope here, they break the static link, 78 damage still stolen. NJ does not have another ultimate to work with here, but the Soulnade is there. The Underslide for Seer into the spin here, but it doesn't have enough damage against this entire lineup from Geek fam. Immediate buyback, what can you really do? Brewmaster brought down again, 15 seconds off another brew split. He will fall. Does he have buyback at this point? Actually, he does not. He's a little bit early as well, remember? We're gonna shock himself on Medusa. He still has the cheese available though. Should be able to get it off if he even needs it here. Look at this power. Look at this damage. And his cheese just in the edge. Even with defensive nightmare. Could have used it himself. Yeah, he's dealing a lot of damage. Plus 280. That's actually kind of scary here with the Bruce Split coming through in the end. I think he just got it off actually, but yeah, Yamate would still be right click down. He does have buyback, but doesn't really matter at this point. The racks are down. They're trying. They're not giving up just yet. Another static link. This one will be broken a little bit easier. Go on, continuing with the fight. Play out coming back in. Oh, the Brewmaster. NJ slowed down with the Scotty. He will fall. Not as much. Yamate is the lone survivor here of New Beginning. Shaman will be back in a couple of seconds. Still slowed down even under the BKB. Assassination. There it is. GG is called. Geek fam, they continue. They're the open qualifier team, mind you. That is the open qualifier team. So, going through the upper brackets to make it all the way to the finals of the first phase here of the Galaxy Battle SEA qualifiers. I just want to say, I think I've... Oh, okay, I just misclicked, I believe. didn't have the draft overlay on the entire game. That would have been disastrous. I didn't have the in-game overlay on either, but at the very least I did the pure game. So we didn't have. You could still see the heroes. My career is saved. Looking at that, but damn, this team, a lot of fun to watch. Because before this tournament, I've actually not seen this particular lineup in action, but they were very good at